apple cinnamon pork chops. You want some? 30% off, tastes 30% better. Watch this. Let's go, dog! I've got a mixture right now in here. Brown sugar, nutmeg, and cinnamon. I've set it aside. I need to make sure I'm kind of multitasking and hitting all cameras, including the live. I'm doing a little bit of olive oil here first. I'm gonna rub that in. Time. I'm gonna use tongs. I won't need to wash up again. You may have also noticed here too, I have some parchment paper underneath the plate and on top of the cutting board. That way I don't need to worry. I can just simply lift that away when I'm done. I season from higher up to get better coverage. These $2.74 for the two. So I think this was a great deal. I did the picking myself at the orchard last week. I'm gonna make 2 meals tonight. 2 pork chop dinner. I'll get my butter prepared as well for the apples. I'm using unsalted butter. We'll use a couple of tablespoons of this as well. The foil on this is done, so I'm just gonna take that off now entirely. Well, gonna be a lot of butter in there, but hey. I'm using 4 apples tonight. Always better for me to have a little bit extra. I'm peeling these apples. I've got a mixture tonight of what I'm using, so I'm just gonna do these off the board. I hope they're all still good. I already see one that this doesn't look like it's gonna make it. I find this way peeling using a fork, I don't worry about nicking my hand anywhere. What I'll do is I'll go this way. That's not what I wanted. So we're calling an audible right here. We're gonna do thicker slices as we get down to the core. And then over here, we're gonna do thinner slices. Good. More apple there from Uncle Drew. Make sure we lay it away. Nice sizzle. Once that's in, you can go ahead and just press that down a little bit. So we get a nice even sear on that. We could cook this full out right here. I'm not going to cook it full out because it's going to be going in the oven for a couple of minutes as well to keep warm while we're making that applesauce. And then I'm going to pop it back into the applesauce, okay? So that's enough of a crust right there. Over. Now, flipping over like that as well, right there, it certainly use the side to sear up and get that flavor in the pan from wherever possible. Now these are massive pork chops, of course, and we'll get the last 2 right there because that's a nice big piece of fat. We can render it. Same here. A little bit more flavor, and down we go. We love sizzle of pork chops. We don't need much, just a little. So we're going to bring in our butter. We can get our heat up a little bit higher now. We're going to do a little swirl here. Put extra butter in there, of course, for the cameras, and because the pork chops are really big. You don't want to burn that butter, so I've lowered that temp. We're almost set. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Next up, sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg. Okay, look at that, nice cinnamon. Look at that. Now, I always remember Ramsay saying, don't touch this too much. So, I am not going to touch it too much. Now, we don't need to put in all the apples, but we're going to do quite a few here as we cut them. And we're going to get these softened up. gonna leave that nice sauce in there though. I'm gonna leave enough for the pork chop. I'll leave enough for the two actually. I could actually make an apple tart or 5 tonight. Just creating a nice little well in there. Let's get our pork chop going. You know what I did forget? And I wanted to do it. I have them right over here. I'm going to do it now. So it's a little late to the dance, but that's okay. If we remember, just freaking figure it out. I had some fresh almonds that I wanted to add in there as well. We're going to see if we can, I'll move this out of the way. It's tough trying to spoon here when I've got cameras everywhere and I don't have as much room as I normally would, and I'm trying to do this for your camera as well. But let's see. Beauty. In the nick of time here. Hang on. I want to give this a little bit of a profile here. How I want it to look. So I'm going to bring this out. Sit that up. We will get a few almonds in there as well. Put in pork chop. We'll get some apple on there, some of our caramel sauce, and even an almond. So we'll get all the flavors at the same time here. Here we go. This is going to be, I think this is going to be spectacular. Oh my goodness. Boom! Off the charts delicious. Pork chop, cinnamon apple with roasted almonds, spectacular. Give this easy recipe a try. You won't be disappointed. It is out of this world. This one is going on the feature spot on my YouTube page. Incredible, incredible dish, incredible.